Alrighty. So we are live. If everyone wants to introduce themselves and their character just for a voice check, that'd be great. Also, I'm trying to pull up. Where did it go?
Paul, you want to kick us off?
I guess. Kick us off in what fashion?
Just
A recap?
Introduce your character.
Yep.
Yep.
I guess
so,
just do similar to what we did last time. Probably should work fine.
Okay, sure. So I'm playing Larkin Voltmere. He is a member of the Adeptus Mechanicus. I'm playing as the Explorer class. Visually, mostly what you see is a dark red, kind of rust-colored robe with the hood up. Sometimes if you catch a glimpse of his face, it's primarily obscured with a metal rebreather that's grafted to his face. And his skin is pale and sallow. It's really hard to tell his age. So you're not sure how much of it is a side effect of all the machine grafts or age.
Thanks, Paul. Next, we will go to Eric with Dutch.
Hello, I'm playing Dutch. He is. All right, I had to mute that. So he is a bodyguard of the captain, who's played by Ashley's character, Larkin. So he's wearing black armor, and he's got pistols on his hips, and he's got a cybernetic eye with kind of scars around it where he was injured in a war. Go for it, B-Rad.
I am playing Drexel Van Voon, who is a missionary class. And playing Drexel Van Voon, man of pale skin and medium height, with some slight wrinkles in his face that might denote more age than he lets on. Wearing long robes that hang over his hands. And that's what I can currently remember.
I thought you were like being fake French. I'm Draxel Vavavoo.
Oh no, Monsieur, I do a much better, terrible French accent.
So, I was like, what the hell is his last name?
Alrighty.
All right. We'll go to Ashley with Tempest.
Yeah, so Tempest Sparkle playing the rogue trader. She's fair of skin, fair of hair, dressed, about really I only can think of the top of it, but it's a rogue trader. Yeah, dresses like a stereotypical captain. So, but yeah,
All right.
pretty short, sweet.
And I'm Phil, the game master for today. We're playing Rogue Trader. So, I'm Phil, the game master. Familiar with the 40K universe? That's where we'll be delving in. Currently, our crew of the Valkyrie is on a mission to help the Imperium investigate a missing envoy. It was sent to the Sfard system to investigate why trade had stopped and they were not getting communications from the local government. And our crew was stopped by Captain Keel, the captain of the Hand of Redemption, a military cruiser, part of the Imperial Navy, and he asked them to join him in this investigation. So they headed to the planet. Last session they made groundfall and met Speaker Tall, who was inviting them to greet the Crystal Council, and on their way to the council they were attacked by some guards and technicians in the area outside of the Crystal Council's chambers. They managed to fend off these attackers and ended up having to kill them to a man because they just seemed driven to keep fighting. And Speaker Tall, as we last left the group, invited them in to the council room to meet the Crystal Council. So we'll pick up from there since we've already introduced our party. So currently, you're brought into a chamber room that's directly through the doors from the area where you just had to slaughter these 6 or 8 people. And so you're all a bit of a mess, a little adrenaline filled, but the room looks like it's actually pretty fancy. You've mostly seen industrial kind of equipment and mostly what looked like like catwalks and metal infrastructure and nothing for like dignitaries or they're not going to have a fancy ball in any of these passageways that you've been going through. But this room looks pretty nice. There are 5 other older men around the table, similar to Speaker Tall, wearing kind of furs and warm weather gear since it is an icy moon, and they have various insignias of designation of being part of this governing council of the system. Speaker Tall is, as he comes into the room, is just very frazzled about what just happened. There are plenty of seats. There's kind of a long table. It's rectangular, and on the opposite end are the 5 other council members. Tall makes his way to the head of the table, and as he gets there, he gestures to you all to take your seats. I think most of you, some of you came in early. I know Dutch was kind of cleaning up some of the stragglers that may not, making sure everyone had been dispatched and there was nobody faking their deaths out there. And I believe him and Larkin and Captain Keel are bringing up the rear as they come into the room.
Always double tap.
So
we have interrogated
Ashley,
out.
as the rogue trader, what is Tempest's first order of business as she comes into the room?
And I'm sorry, can you describe the room one more time?
Large rectangular boardroom table. There's 5 older gentlemen across from you, in some high-backed chairs. They look a little frazzled themselves, but also they have no idea what just happened, so they're confused. Speaker Tall is standing at the head of the table, gesturing for you to sit down, and the rest of your crew's coming in the room behind you.
So I'll go to the empty seat, stand there, kind of just take a look around at each and every one of them. Like, do they, like, roughly how old do they all look? Do they look like they have if there's anything suspiciously weird, kind of like what would just happen in the last room? And if I see that they're just old people that don't really, that all they do is stay in a boardroom and lock themselves in there, I'll sit down.
Okay. Wait, how did I do this again? Not that. I'll share the image with you, but this is so this is Speaker Tall. Most of the other delegates kind of look similar to this. They're just older men, big beards.
You said you
Fur
shared an
coat.
image?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, Speaker Tall.
Where is it? I don't see it.
Nobody seeing it?
I see it
Oh,
twice.
there you
I
are.
see it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Speaker Tall.
So they look similar to that. Okay.
So, yeah, and they all look generally confused. Speaker Tall looks very flustered and frazzled by the whole incident, scared, maybe a little embarrassed.
Okay. I came here in hopes to find out more of my house and dynasty, and I'm quite surprised in the welcoming committee that we received from the previous room. Can anyone explain to me what was happening? What happened in that last room, or in the room before?
So they get ready to respond, but before they do, I'm going to check. Coming in right behind was Draxel. So Brad, how does he sees Tempest walk in, sit down, and start questioning Speaker Tall and the council on what just happened. What's Draxel doing?
All cheer has left my face, and I'm still cradling my warm flamer.
All right.
Covered. My robes covered. My asbestos robes covered in blood. Just very clear that I would like an answer now. Just
All right. He had gestured to seats for you to sit down. Are you standing, or he had the speaker had gestured to seats for you to sit down, or?
I'm going to remain standing and eyeing different corners of the room.
Okay, so you're just kind of giving everybody the
I'm going to stand back
and...
behind the captain a couple paces
Gotcha.
near the entrance. Yeah.
Trying to look intimidating and just let them know that wasn't appreciated.
Absolutely not to be trifled. My fucks have been given and they are out at this point.
Fair enough. I think we'll go with Larkin next. So Paul, what's Larkin doing when he comes in? So he sees Tempest starting to question the council. She's sitting down, and behind Tempest is Draxel with his flamer looking mean mugging the group.
I think I'd go sit down at a table as well, and I'm going to defer to the captain for speaking, but if there's a pause, I'd like to pipe in.
Okay. And then Eric, what about Dutch?
He's gonna come in and take a seat next to the captain and just be chilling for now.
Okay. Cleaning his knife, and he just...
That eyeball guts, so he's just, getting that off there.
Yeah, that's probably a good call. Try to tidy up a little bit, pull out a handkerchief and wipe off whatever blood I can. Not look like some barbarian fun.
Captain Keel comes in, takes a seat, looks to Tempest intently, and kind of his body language is kind of just saying he's deferring to the rogue trader. With your question asked, I believe it was, what the hell just happened, basically? Was that right?
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah. So, Speaker Tall, he's kind of hunched over. He's he's stroking his beard, and I'm so sorry. This is not how we wanted to greet it. Your eminent presence. The Burgal dynasty is revered here. Your family has done so much. I can't believe this must have felt like such an insult, but that is not what was intended. And he's just kind of just blathering on. Just seems to be really trying to press this point that I'm so sorry, and just very he at one point he kind of pushes his chair back and he's on the floor, just I beg your forgiveness. The other council members are kind of well, what's going on here? Whoa. But then they also kind of yeah, we're sorry, and they're still confused.
It's the boot. I deadly seriously look at him, and as I'm cleaning the knife. Kiss the captain's boot.
It's all covered in blood and everything, but
show your forgiveness.
I think I might speak up and say, perhaps we could dispense the pleasantries, considering you're currently covered in your staff.
Paul, I think you said Larkin had wanted to get something in. Is this a
Oh, yeah.
appropriate point,
Yeah.
or?
We had noticed that those attackers had a vacant look in their eyes. Has that been a common occurrence here?
So the speaker starts to get up off the floor, and he's got blood on his face now from kissing the boot of Tempest, and he's trying to pull out a rag and like wipe the blood off his face, and he's like, I can explain. We've been having a problem with the Whisperers. We don't really know what they are. They're maybe a cult. Years ago, we started having strange problems in our fuel processing refinery in the space station, and people just started losing their minds, almost like they were not controlled, but like they just would attack people or stop doing their jobs, or it all started after they had these weird dreams, and we tried to investigate. We sent people, they didn't come back, or they did and they had crazy stories, and then it just kept getting worse, and we lost the refinery, and then we lost the industrial complex, and then we lost many of the areas. Pretty much as far as this moon is the only place left that isn't lost to them. We don't think it's we don't know if it's a Xenos cult. We don't think it is, but we never really found out. We never found a way to tell who is or who is not affected. It's not like they're mind controlled. They seem to know. We've interrogated people, and they knew who they were, and it's very disturbing, and we haven't known what to do. I didn't realize they were so close that they had infiltrated our very council rooms. And during the story, the council members are like, they've gone white, just in like shock of like, oh my word, like they can't, now that they kind of know that the reason you're the way, all covered in blood and upset is because you were probably attacked.
Is there anything common between all these people? One common denominator? Like location, where they worked?
Well, it started in the refinery, but and worked its way out from there, probably closer to the planet and then outward. But I don't really know the source. We never were able to discover it. There was your illustrious the illustrious Imperium and the Emperor and all his wisdom sent an envoy who had similar questions. We sent them onward to Silence, which is one of the moons near here that has a great library and temple dedicated to the Emperor. They thought that would be a good place to start looking into this cult.
Did they ever return back?
We never heard from them again.
Okay, I kind of look over to fellow captain, can't remember his name at the moment, but I look over to him and be like, have you heard of this envoy?
Captain Keel is one second.
Bring out my notes.
Yes, this is the envoy that we are looking for. It's disheartening to hear that you have lost track of them since they've come here. But I would be eager to pursue this envoy and, find out what happened to them.
Okay. All right. So, what information can you give me of? What was the name of the library of the planet?
Silence
Silence.
is the name of the moon. I mean, I don't know what your ship scanners found on the way in or your records have, but there are many moons, or at least satellites of this planet. It's difficult to see them with the planet losing its atmosphere, but it is probably the next closest moon. The moon is generous. It's probably more like an asteroid size. There is a temple set up there, or what was his name? Oh, Kiva, I think. He was from our church, the Imperial Church. He was working on some kind of statues. That's what it was. He was trying to make statues, great statues to the Emperor's glory. They also had a library there. They kept a lot of the information on perhaps the history of your dynasty, even, but a lot of records that we didn't readily need here, as so a lot of historical texts, that kind of thing.
So the refinery where it started, was that on the planet or one of the moons?
Oh, the planet's a gas planet, so there's really nothing on the gas planet. But the two other places we had the most problem is Cog is one of them. It is an industrial complex where we do most of our manufacturing, and was, where we would provide our dues to the Imperium. It would help us maintain our fleet. It used to be located here, but well, as you may know or may not know, industrial manufacturing is pretty dirty, and yes, we decided to locate it maybe away from where we were living, and they set up quite an elaborate complex there. But so there's a moon with, we called it the Cog. And then there's also a refinery complex. It's a space station where we harvest gas from the planet and refine it into fuel for our fleets, and sell excess on the market. But that refinery is where a lot of that initially happened. It's all of these places are a little hard to get to. We could provide you coordinates, but with the storm from the planet, it's very difficult to find your way.
Would you say the name of the moon where they were doing the harvesting of the gas was?
Silence.
It is it's a space station, but it what was the exact name? It is they call it Installation 23. It's a Promethean refinery. He would share with you. That would be.
Brad's favorite.
And Prometheum accessories.
Okay. Did you share an image, or? I wasn't sure.
I don't have an image
Okay, that's
of the. I do have. Here, I can share this with you guys. I'll move everyone here. So this is a map of the system, or the moons, anyway. So Silence in the lower left is where the statue and Priestley buildings were that the envoy went to get to look into their records and to investigate the cult. Cog is one of the other moons where the industrial complexes are, and Installation 23 is the Promethean refinery station.
I totally spelled cog with a K, so. And that's Savard?
Svard, yeah. The planet's called Svard Prime. It's the only current planet in the system. You would remember from your scans and using your astromancy skills that there had been other planets in the system, but with the sun being in its last millennia and all the gravitational anomalies coming from that, many of the other planets have been broken up and are now basically asteroid belts instead of planets. So Svard Prime is the last remaining planet, a massive gas planet. It's having a sympathetic response to the star's gravitational problems, and so it's losing mass, and its atmosphere is therefore being let go into space. So it comes off as a kind of a very shimmery and spectacular effect from the planet's surface. You were able to come in and land on the moon Svard, where the main population is here, without a problem. Like, you could come in from the void and make an approach and land here without having to interact with the ionizing radiation and particles and debris and stuff that are coming off of this planet. The other three moons that you see on this image are obscured and difficult to approach, because you do have to go through that venting planetary atmosphere to get to these.
All right. So the envoy that previously went to silence, but all this starts on COG, the Installation 23.
Yeah, that's where they start. Installation 23 is where they had the first problems with the cult, and then it spread to COG, and then finally to silence. And they've been having problems on Svard, but have been able to keep it relatively under control.
Captain, if there's a member of the ecclesiarchy in danger and an occultist uprising, we should set course for silence at once to aid the ecclesiarch.
Perhaps you're right.
Was it an ecclesiarch?
What's that?
It was an ecclesiarch, right, or something to that tune?
Yeah. Tal's like, yeah, oh yes, Kiva died some time ago, but
No, never mind.
he had quite the group of followers that support the ecclesiarchy and have established a whole, a whole mission to complete his plans with the statue.
In aid of the faithful, then.
Oh yes. And he double checks that he has his Aquila on straight when he said that.
I think we should I do agree. I think we should set course for silence and take a look there, and maybe just kind of backtrack our way down to Installation 23. Can you provide us with the coordinates to silence and to the other, to COG and Installation 23 as well, just in case we need to backtrack into those areas?
Oh, most certainly, anything I can do to help. And he bows again, and he said, we are at your disposal. We would send escorts, but our system is our planetary defenses and our navy are basically out of commission because of COG not running. We don't have the parts. The refinery isn't delivering us promethium, so we have no fuel.
What parts are you missing for COG?
The just regular, maintenance parts and things to keep our fleet running, standard repairs, and just I mean, our whole industry was from there, so it's mostly just houses and administration buildings here. We don't have any factories on this moon.
Our highest priority here should be restoring the industrial complex.
Yep.
Oh, that would be amazing. Well, whether you go to Silence or to the industrial complex, I offer you our finest troops. I'll give you 1,000 of our personal defense forces. They will be happy to assist in renewing our system to its glory, to support the dynasty, yes.
I trust they'll be better vetted than your doorman.
Yes, I wish I could guarantee it, but we still have found no way to, for sure. So I would keep my eye on them, and the longer you're here, perhaps even your own crew.
Thank you for the heads up. I look at Captain Keel. Captain Keel, if we find the missing envoy here, would they be able to help with restoring this planet and all its resources as well? Can we count on them as some extra hands?
Well, the Imperium's prime focus right now, first of all, is to find the envoy, determine if they're okay. Emperor willing they are. I do not know all the details of their envoy mission, but they would need to first complete their duties to the Emperor before being able to help. So I'm not sure that they would be of assistance. However, I believe they were originally sent here to keep the industry going, because we have not received the shipments from Svard. And he kind of looks to the council with this disapproving look, and then back to you. He's like, it is disheartening to know that an imperial world like this has no forces right now due to this lack of their access to their industry and their refineries. But I'm not wise in the ways of industry or trade or economy. We do have the Hand of Redemption here, if needed, should the place be attacked. But that's all I can offer.
Okay.
So so the council's kind of filled you in on the moons. The envoy's gone to Silence. There's a church there with some statues. Cog's an industrial world, and the installation being the Prometheum refinery. It does look like they could use some help getting their industry going again, and they're very willing to work with you. They're excited with the dynasty, so it's kind of some of the main points of what you've gathered so far. I don't know if anyone has any questions for the council, or besides just the rogue trader. Just want to make sure a chance to step in, but
Yeah, I think we have all that we need other than just coordinates and to each of the following locations. We'll start with looking for the envoy, just because they may be dead and they better find out if they're dead or alive, and then go from there to trying to revive the planet with the industry, and maybe find out in the meantime about Installation 23 and maybe what what might be hiding there. Maybe we'll just go backtrack and.
Okay, so it sounds like you've probably gotten what you want from the council.
Yeah.
So Speaker Tall would probably continue to have many flowery words to say about the Emperor and especially about the Burgal dynasty. He's offered you 1,000 of his personal defense forces, and also he's given you your own quarters within the facility, so you have access to kind of your own like dorm area. So you have a sleeping area, common room, that kind of thing. Access to staff if you need to make communications or anything like that. So if nobody else had anything for the council, they would kind of wrap things up, dismiss you. You would all have a chance then to kind of talk amongst yourselves in this place, kind of plan your next steps.
All right.
I'll recommend to all of us here and the captain that we immediately implement full quarantine procedures. No one comes down to the surface.
It's probably not a bad idea.
Something's definitely afoul here.
I would second that. We do not want this infection from spreading onto our ship.
Might also recommend full bioscans and questions of faith for anyone who comes back on board. Just a minor torture. Yeah. It's good for the soul.
Probably not a bad idea, especially if we're going to be taking anyone from this planet on our ship.
I don't know if we should take the 1,000 on board, though.
Yes.
We could use the muscle, but at the same time,
Larkin can make them loyal.
Commissar Larkin over here.
Oh, I did forget to ask, did you want Captain Keel in on the conversation, or?
He doesn't need to know about the murder servitors.
That part, no.
Oh, we don't talk about the Brunobots.
No, that's why we're taking the 1,000. Converting them over to loyal subjects.
All right. Well, I consider it just the crew then, and
Yeah.
no Keel.
Well,
Captain, I recommend we burn one alive as a example to the rest.
I don't think that would work.
Every man has guilt. There's no such thing as innocence. Only different degrees of guilt. Surely we can find one amongst 1,000 to deserve it.
If we take the 1,000, we'll need all 1,000. If we don't take them, then they might as well stay here.
Of course, Captain.
We should take them and just do some bio screening on them. Do some bio screening on anyone we take aboard. And then have regular checkups on the crew, being that we're going to be interacting with them. We should have regular checkups with the crew.
We should quarantine the 1,000 we take on board from the rest of the crew. Isolate them in a hold or something.
Do we need to take them on board? And I turn to Speaker Tall. You surely must have transports here,
Wait,
correct?
Is Tall still here?
Yeah,
No,
we're
you guys
talking
are-
crew.
Oh, okay.
We can ask Tom.
Maybe ask Captain Keel about it.
You would remember though from the discussion that he talked about their space. I mean, it's not just their navy, but all their ships are basically grounded. Like they're without parts and without fuel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have anything.
And with the stuff coming off the planet and the difficulty of going between moons, and then also the other moons being full of Whisper people, they didn't really offer any ships.
Okay.
Do we have any kind of heavy lifter we can just keep them on board during transit?
You would probably have, some kind of surface ship. You have some smaller ships that you would, like, you took down to this planet.
Like a mass hauler. You know what I mean, like something to bring big stuff up and down. Or in this case, 1,000 people.
I mean, I don't know that you would have had that to start, but it's something you could acquire.
Okay. You never know when you gotta drop a Titan.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you would have it by default, but it is something, we can put your
Okay.
profit factor to the test and see if it's something you could acquire.
I'll flip the captain on that one.
I'm assuming not acquire here, given the state of everything.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get anything here. There's not a lot, it sounds like.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's not going to have fuel, and so you're going to have to use a lot of your own resources, but yeah, probably not acquire here.
Mr. Green Gene sells a bona fide, guaranteed, used mass hauler. Only shot down once.
Yeah, if we could get everything up and running, then we might have some resources that we can use, but as it stands now,
Yeah,
there's
I
no
think they're-
resources.
Yeah, being new to the Coronos system, you stopped at, I think it's Footfall. That's kind of the first station in this system. You didn't really have time to set up or establish a place there, but that is something you could have your NPCs or somebody work on, so you kind of have a connection back to the main systems to help with getting things like this. It would just take a lot more time to get things from there. If you did set up this world, get it up and working again, then you would have this world as well as a resource spot too and a connection. So
Makes sense.
Which could be very beneficial to us, especially.
If all 1,000 troops are infected, we're probably already FUBAR.
Probably.
Just tossing that out there.
Perhaps we should check with Captain Keel to see if he has any surface landers available.
Yeah. So go ahead and message him and see if he has anything.
I thought he was here. Yeah,
he's just in one of the. He's not in the room you're in, but you can call him in. He would. He's like, I don't have anything that would hold 1,000, but maybe I could. I'm trying to. Maybe 500.
that would be. That would keep the quarantine from the rest of our ship. Basically, just let them ride the journey out in the auxiliary transport.
Yeah.
Or we can do that.
All right. So Kale would offer that, and sounds like you're gonna take it. So he'd get to work on the logistics for that.
Okay, I'm assuming he just has the one, so we're gonna have to do 2 trips.
Or just take 500.
Yeah, that works
How long?
too.
How long is the trip? Is this a skip or is this a? Oh,
I mean, traveling between moons, so it's pretty fast. I mean, you're not going between planets.
It's not like days.
No, it's like an hour.
Oh, then yeah,
Two.
2 trips.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bumpy ride, but
That's fine. They're the help. We don't care. They're probably all infected anyway. Maybe it'll shake some faith into the bastards. A little turbulence never stopped anyone from praying.
We'll keep everyone quarantined and have regular checkups since we're also exposed. So regular checkups to any crew members or anyone that comes in contact.
Sounds good to me.
A wise precaution.
Bones is going to be very busy. Alright.
There's definitely an illness on this planet. We don't want to spread it to our crew. Be it an illness of body or mind, there is an illness. Body, mind, or soul.
Yes.
So we'll leave when everything is situated. Everyone is on board. Everyone's quarantined, and we'll leave from here to Silence.
Where are you going?
Silence.
Okay.
We'll find the corpse of the envoy, and from there maybe go to Cog.
Most wise plan, Captain.
Right.
Maybe we can get some resources in Cog.
The real question is who's going to make the rocket noises?
So is there anything else that you
Why
want
is
to
it
do
Sorry.
on the planet before you leave? Or the moon?
Any resources that they have, library, anything like that, maybe see if, not Jarvis, Larkin can take down any of that information, or if we can, I guess I'm not sure how backwards Rogue Trader is, if we can just download the information and have it on resources, or if do we have to have a paper scribe type thing, but take as much information about this planet and its current status for possible future use or in case future need.
Yeah, I think in 40K it's mostly like your computers are going to be like cogitators, which are going to be like an AI. They don't have anything quite set up like that in this colony here. So counter, then they also have books and just traditional record keeping with pen and paper. And the bulk of that, they're other than just administrative stuff about, census data, that kind of stuff. The records you're probably looking for in your dynasty and everything are in the library on Silence.
All right.
Yeah, sometimes storage requires actual human brains tethered to you. Well, at least for Paul's folk. Some of those Magoses happen to actually carry around other brains to recall stuff from.
Right.
Yeah.
So it sounds like, though, you are interested in maybe getting some of the fleet going again, or helping with like getting the industry going, and if you can.
It'll be good resources for us as well, because we could probably get some resources and maybe get some refuel that we may
we
need
deploy
after
somebody,
this expedition.
Yeah, and I think probably to start out down that path, you would probably want to start with kind of scouting the COG station and the installation to see what's going on there, and so it sounds like you're on the path to do that. So, but stopping at Silence first.
Yeah.
So, okay. So heading to Silence, just getting in the ship, getting this transport, quarantining the PDF people, the personal defense force, and 500 of them in this transport, and then heading over to Silence. Is that the plan?
Sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, and yeah, you've got the coordinates. Okay. So you get everything loaded up. It takes a couple hours for the logistics of, Keel parked Hand of Redemption out a ways. So it's kind of been a long day. I don't know if you guys want to take a rest and just head out in the next day. Would probably be the best timing.
What I would probably recommend is that for us who has not been on the planet long enough, we take a rest in our ships.
Okay.
And then maybe have the 500 come up like the next day and then ship out from when they come on board. To
Okay.
try to mitigate as much exposure for us ourselves as well as the crew.
All right. Anybody? All right. Well, nobody has any objections to that. We'll run it that way. So you guys head up to the ship. Make sure you do all your routine checks, bioscans. You're all looking at each other like you're possible aliens. And but yeah, you get to the ship, rest for the night, and then in the morning, the transport from Hand of the Redemption shows up. Get loaded up with the defense forces. So you're just gonna have them kind of load up into that transport and just sitting there.
Yep. Be comfy. Give them some water bottles.
All right, so the Valkyrie takes off then towards the coordinates that they have for Silence. I don't think any of you have pilot skill, right? So
I don't think so. That was one I was looking for myself, but I don't think I took it.
we'll have the crew fly for you.
We have people for this. We don't drive ourselves. It's demeaning.
I have navigators.
So we have a competent crew, so that's good. Let's see. Void Wasp.
Ashley, you're trained in
Am I?
spacecraft. Yeah.
Spacecraft, not piloting?
Yeah, spacecraft. Oh, I guess that is under pilot.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was thinking
Okay.
pilot was something different, but that is under pilot.
I mean, you don't have to fly, but you're definitely trained in it.
Yeah. So what I would do is I would have my crew fly until it gets too dangerous where they can't handle it, and then I would take over from there. But yeah, it does look like I have space. I don't know the difference in the spacecraft ones, but yeah, I do have
Oh,
pilot.
pilot spacecraft. Okay. Yeah. So. When you start out, it seems fine when you take off from the planet, but it doesn't take long before you hit this storm from the planet. So it as soon as you get into it, start getting into it, your sensors are clouded. Just so it's definitely affecting your sensors. You can't see anything out past like 15 void units or so. Which for just now, just think of those as like a hex on the map. I mean, it's your ship moves 10, so that gives you an idea. The movement, it gets real bumpy and sluggish, especially going towards the planet. It's almost like you're getting, riding into the wind. And it's definitely affecting like your targeting systems, anything to do with like sensors, targeting, that kind of thing. But it does seem manageable. I think the hard part is going to be trying to find this. So it's less about necessarily maneuvering and trying to stay on track, like orienteering. You kind of know which way you need to go from the map, but it's like walking through a field in the fog. You're not. You think you're going in the right direction, but maybe you're not. So, I don't know. Are any of you trained in scrutiny?
Scrutiny?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No.
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 And I don't think any of you have navigate trained, right?
Navigate? What? I have navigators, but that's for getting lore.
Doesn't look like it.
No,
Okay.
I don't navigate. Yeah, Service Stellar Sport. No. all untrained.
Alright, well, I'm gonna roll for. I have a navigator set up for you with some stats,
Okay.
so.
Okay.
I will see what he can do to help. Alright. He's not able to help much. Your navigator's cursing and is like, wow, this interference is. This isn't helping at all. I guess if all of you want to make a scrutiny test with a -20,
Oh.
Is this a public roll or private blind?
which I don't know if any of you have. I'll roll for your crew too.
So is a 1 an auto success?
I think so.
How do we
Actually,
roll again?
Because that'd be my only hope of passing this.
I'll tell you what. What we could do is we'll do it kind of as a skill challenge. So if you can tell me what other skill you would use to help navigate through this cloud, and as long as I think 2 of you can get a success on one of those checks.
Oh, my skills are all trash.
Spacecraft piloting? Could I use that?
Yep.
Alright,
You can
and
use that.
is this a blind roll or is this a public roll?
You could do it public. That's
Okay.
fine. And it's so you're just so explain to me what you're doing.
Using the piloting spacecraft. Using that.
What-
Oh boy, how do I
What is Tempest doing? Like what it not like what skill is she using, but like what is she doing? Like Storm's beating on the ship, the navigator's frustrated, can't navigate. What it she
I'd assume with knowing the type of the spacecraft she has, how much weight it's carrying, and how far they've gone, with the coordinates that have been given, she can kind of estimate where they're at currently and which direction they need to go to, and how much further, kind of given weight, size, and distance that they've already gone.
Okay. So she's trying to use kind of like Dead Reckoning. Like she's like, I know we went in at this angle based on her experience, feel of the ship. It's trying to. She thinks she knows which way the ship needs to go, so it's kind of grabbing the stick and trying to steer it in the direction it needs to go.
Yeah. So you said
So-
minus 20 or.
For this one, we'll do. I think that's pretty good. What do we do? We'll call it a challenging. We'll call it difficult. So -10.
Okay. So I click on this, hit a -10, type in -10.
Yep.
Alright, so roll that. Fail.
Okay.
That's not good.
5 degrees of failure.
Well, I obviously.
Pretty bad.
Yep, I don't know where I'm going.
Does anybody else have an idea on how to help get the ship going in the right direction?
Yeah.
So, Phil, just a question though. You wanted us to do scrutiny because you wanted us to look at the navigator?
No, scrutiny was more of a like. It was originally I was thinking of that because it's kind of what you would do for like sensor tests and like trying to find like detect people or like using the
Okay.
sensors of the ship when you're doing like ship combat. So
Okay.
that's why I jumped to that one. But I think what I'm really now is just kind of like if you have an idea on how you can help the ship find it, we'll figure out what skill that is and have you do a skill check. And if we can get 2 total successes, we'll find
Can I
it.
inspire the crew to
Okay.
press on? Lecture them
Let's
that
let
they be
Paul
strong in the
go.
name of the Emperor?
Yeah,
Paul was
'cause what-
working yet.
Yeah, what I wanted to do was use my electrograph implant to jack into the ship's systems and communicate directly with the ship's sensor arrays to try and see if I can find a better way of piercing this interference.
Okay.
The
Dude,
skill-
what are you doing? You're gonna get us killed.
So yeah, my finger basically
Right.
like splits open into like a data jack where I just kind of interface it into the system.
Is that a
That-
specific? Does that tool call for a specific skill, or is it?
No, it doesn't. I was thinking maybe using Explored or binary language. Doing a skill check for that. If that makes sense.
I was gonna say tech use, but
Tech use works too.
or no, it's not logic. Maybe logic would actually be a good. You're trying to like patch into the system, and I guess say it one more time.
That sounds right to me.
Yeah, basically I wanted to interface like my brain directly into the ship's computer and sensor arrays to basically try and help pick out the best path to traverse.
Okay. Yeah, I think logic's probably. We'll go with logic. I think you're gonna have a. See, we were at. It's gonna be hard, so we're gonna go -20. Ashley's piloting did not help the situation, so when you get in there and you're kind of checking the sensors, you're like, wait, this seems way off from where we should be. So it's gonna be a little bit harder test.
All right.
Sorry.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Well, that'll work.
We'll take it.
Yeah. So there's a success there, and with it being 2 degrees of success, I think that will bring some bonuses forward to the next check. So, Brad, I think Braxel had something.
Yeah, I was going to try to rally the crew and inspire them to a motivating speech about how to be strong for the Emperor.
All right.
He'll guide us. He won't fail us.
Well, with Paul's, putting some, looking at the current sensors and kind of logicking out a path, he's, the bridge crew's like, oh, all right. And now, I think you would just have a -10 instead of the -20.
Okay.
And, what is that one for you? Is that a charm? Or no? Charm or command? Let's see.
Not just like a fellowship.
You have.
Command.
Wow, you don't have any basic skills trained?
Yeah. I mean, I've got Lore of Heresy training.
Well, I think for motivating the crew, I think it would either be a command or I think charm is a advanced skill because I don't see it on the basic skill list. Screen. Yeah, I think it would be unless you're just gonna read from.
Oh, I do have 10% buff.
Imperial.
They're Imperial.
Yeah, maybe do the Imperial Creed.
My ancestral seal gives you 10% buff to Imperial Clout.
Maybe do the Imperial Creed test.
All right.
Under your scholastic lore. You're leaning into your training on Imperial.
Hey,
All right.
I forgot to put the -10 in, but it still works.
2 successes. All right.
So I got 39. Cool. There's my one good roll for tonight. Hope you all saw it.
So, you start to see a bit of a clearing. Your sensors are kind of picking up a large mass ahead. Even with it being a little bit further out, it's your sensors still be able to pick it up. This is essentially a small moon. So, but as you're coming out of the clearing, suddenly a ship that must have been running dark comes online and hits your ship with lance fire.
Ooh.
Pulls a 90-degree turn and disappears into the into space. There were 3 volleys that came out of their lances. The first was absorbed easily by your void shield, but having just the one void shield, it drops after that first shot, and the second shot hits your hull, doing 7 hull damage. It hasn't hit any critical systems, but your ship has just been shot by a mysterious ship, Captain. What does Tempest do, Ashley?
Get the license plates off that thing.
Do we all do the TNG bridge shake?
You're right.
Were we able to get any reading off this ship? What type of ship? How fast they were coming at us? Can we determine maybe what they were based on what shots were fired?
Yeah, since I'm still jacked into the sensor arrays, would I have been able to get any of that information? Like any distinguishing markings on the ship? Maybe like a hull class?
Give me so you're trying to get the sensor detection. Eric, does Dutch do anything at this?
No, I'm good right now.
Okay. And Draxel, Brad.
I think I'm just gonna buckle in for the ride.
Okay. So, I guess Paul, roll a scrutiny test with plus 15 from your sensors.
Okay. Not so much.
All right. Yeah, you weren't able to get much. It does the warp signature or the drive signature for the ship doesn't match anything. At least for the ships that you've seen so far. And to be able to get that shot off, it must have been running dark, which seems pretty suspicious considering you'd have to be crazy to be running dark in this kind of atmospheric conditions. Like, they had to shut down all their systems, were kind of drift in on you.
Huh.
I mean, with the interference, you wouldn't have seen anything till the last few minutes anyway.
Sure.
But
Okay. Can we repair the hull that had taken damage?
yeah, you should be able to. I'll have to look at what the repair stuff is, but you have let's see, your ship is okay. So you're at 28 of 35, so hull integrity.
That's not great.
So not an insignificant hit, but you haven't lost any systems. You still have a decent amount of hull integrity left.
With the captains in action, Dutch is gonna pop up and run over to the navigator and put his arm around his neck and just squeeze a little bit and be like, "Find that fucking ship now."
Everyone, and I'm just gonna tell everyone to stay alert. They may come back again. So yeah.
Yeah, you're the navigators kind of freaked out, but the crew and now hearing the captain yell that, the crew's kind of like, oh crap. So they're running around the auspice systems that do kind of your detection, and they're now they quickly set up a system to run periodic direct sensor sweeps. So there's a couple different ways you can try to detect ships, and one is kind of just a passive detection, which would pick up most ships that are just trying to drive up to you. But they're doing more of a targeted sweep with direct, like, is there anything here? Is there anything here? Which would pick up a ship that was running dark. So we'll keep working on it. I don't know that we'll be able to find that ship, but we'll definitely not. They won't sneak up on us again.
You failed me once. Do not fail me again.
Yeah, they're like, looking at you and like shaking, like we're good, and then they like kind of look over to the little system settings for the reclamation unit, for crew reclamation, and they're like, oh, and they look back to what they're doing, and they're just like super focused. All right. Meanwhile, your ship has cleared the with this continued momentum. You were kind of coming out of the clouds. So there's still some disturbance. You're able to kind of get onto the side of this asteroid-shaped moon, where it's taking a lot of the brunt of the storm. But you can see on a scan of the planet, it's mostly just rock, but there is an installation set up, a tower that has its own gravimetric systems and void protection, kind of a bubble around it, so there's some atmosphere. So there's an installation set up on this asteroid.
Alright, can we scan it, see if there's any life forms or anyone?
Certainly. Do you want
Yeah, want me to scan for that?
Yes, please.
Alright. What do you want me to roll, Phil?
I think you would use a scrutiny test, but since you also have the pretty good tech use, and the ship sensors, I think you'd have a plus 30.
Okay, plus 30 to scrutiny.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, you're able to scan the planet pretty thoroughly, even with the sensor disturbance, and the facility seems to be running. The atmosphere is good, the gravity's good, but you don't detect any life.
Okay. I am not detecting any signs of life, Captain.
Is there breathable air, or will we have to go down in suits?
Was I able to tell that from the...
Yeah, there's inside the protective void kind of dome. You'd be able to fit like a small transport in there. You're not gonna be able to like land the Valkyrie or anything, but you could take a transport ship down.
Okay. Would we be able to land a transport ship the size of the one that we got from Kiel, or like more?
Yes, you should be able to. Yep.
Okay. Yes, the atmosphere appears to be stable within the void enclosure. A thought strikes me, though, Captain. The envoys, could that have been their ship?
I was thinking the same thing.
Hmm.
I was thinking the same thing.
Can we make out what kind of class roughly that ship was, by chance?
We tried.
Right, we couldn't figure anything out about that?
Nope.
Right.
No.
There's a big metal can.
Although, you said it was Lance batteries that attacked us?
Yes.
Human ship. Oh, wait, no.
Do we have any kind of communication links open to Captain Keel? Contact him?
Captain Keel is with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he would be with you because he's interested in the envoys. So this is
Okay, sure.
his personal.
But not his big ship.
No, his big ship is probably hours away from getting to Sfard. Like he didn't want to establish like that this was some kind of military occupation or to put the planet on guard. He figured come in diplomatically with you guys, so he left the big cruiser further out in the system, but came with you.
Okay. So I'm gonna turn to Captain Keel then. Captain Keel, do you know what type of vessel the envoys piloted? Could it have been armed with lance batteries, perhaps?
He would ask to see some of the sensor logs that you pulled,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of glancing over those, and you think, well, in my experience, yeah, a lance battery like that, shot like that, definitely military vessel. From what I've seen in their reports and the information the council gave, it does seem really strange that there would be a ship capable of what just happened there.
Especially being that the plant, since the locals don't have the resources to fuel their own ships.
Yeah, I can't speculate on where it would come from, but it doesn't seem like it came from any of those ship bays on Sfard. I don't know why a priestly place like this or a Prometheum factory or a industrial complex would have any ship with that kind of combat capability.
Are we safe to assume that they may have been taken over with this mind controller?
The Whisperers might have got him.
And possibly lost.
I can only speculate about the tech. I mean, I don't know what the crew would have been like, but to run a ship dark like that, it's either a real shot crew or an amazing machine spirit.
The machine spirit is great. Praise the Amnesiah.
It's gonna sneer and shake my head a little bit at that.
Is there any way that we can keep an eye out or radar to try to see if we can find it if it pops up again?
I think your crew's doing the right thing with their scans.
As you look over, and Dutch is like going to each one of them and putting an arm on their shoulders and like gripping and, you know, just doing his own way of, you know, charming the crew.
Just picturing like there's like this dot matrix printout coming out, and he's just like looking at it, like,
Do you have a general sense if this thing was like larger or smaller than us or anything?
Good question. Not that I memorize how big your ship is or anything. It was a little bit smaller than, a little bit shorter. Maybe not quite half, but.
Well, I've been told to tell how you use it, so I guess we should still fear it. And the gentleman chuckled.
Captain Keel is curious though what you found on the planet. Like you said, there's no life forms. You don't detect the envoy. Are you sure your scanners are working?
I detected no life forms at all. It is silent. Whatever was there has either figured out how to evade the sensors or they have departed the asteroid.
Well, I think we should give it a look.
I agree.
We'll send down a group to take a look, explore. There's also
Well,
a library
advanced
there.
Advanced landing party to secure the area?
Yeah.
Should we just send the 500?
Are we at Silence or this is just a station?
You're at Silence.
Okay. I personally would like to go down to find this library that talks about my house and their part in this area. But we do need to secure the planet and make sure that the ship is also guarded in case that the other ship comes back.
Okay, so you're you want to send people down to the planet or to the moon?
Mhm.
Okay, who are you sending?
Well, I will like to go down myself because I want to take a look at the library and find my family's part in this side of the world. But yeah, so probably send the 500 down, get them off the ship, and keep our crew here guarding the ship for in case the other one comes back. So all alert. And then whoever
Captain,
else
I'd like to
go down.
accompany you. I'd like to accompany you. Perhaps I could gain some insight into what the Ecclesiarch is doing. Or the...
All right.
Right, so it sounds like Ashley and Tempest and Brad with Draxel, you're heading down. Dutch, is Dutch going and Larkin?
Yeah, Larkin would want to go.
Okay.
Should we send those two after the fleeing ship and split the party?
What was that, Eric?
Yeah, I was gonna say, the last time Dutch let the captain go somewhere without him, he was stupid. So he's definitely going. One point of clarification, Phil. What does running dark mean again on the ship? Like, why is that like such a shocking thing?
So running dark is like kind of like the Expanse, if you're familiar with that. Basically, you're shutting down all of your power, so there's nothing to detect. Your warp drive is down. So it would make maneuvering the ship very difficult. Like normally you're just kind of cruising along, and as long as you're going straight and not turning very hard, it's basically kind of, you can do it with your eyes closed. But running dark, it's a little trickier, and you wouldn't be able to shoot your weapons. It's a lot. It's not something you would do in a situation where there's like all this disturbance and radiation, and you're already kind of basically blind yourself.
Okay. But then they had to turn their power on to shoot at us, right?
They did, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yep. I did roll for your crew and your ship, so
Cool.
you had a chance, but they got the drop on you.
Boo.
The Okay, so you're all headed down to the planet. Brad, I think you had said something about. Sorry, I was bouncing through a couple of things, but did you have something about how you wanted to head down, or about the
Yes.
landing party?
Yes, I wanted to accompany the captain so I could maybe gain some insight on what the Ecclesiarch was doing or what happened.
Okay, cool. So are you all heading down in the same ship as the 500?
That'd probably be best, so that way we don't run out of resources.
Wouldn't hurt to take two ships. Okay.
Huh?
Do
Wouldn't hurt
we
to take
have
two
a
ships.
second ship?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
we
have
have
like a shuttle. Yeah.
This one's
Yeah,
on. This one's
they-
a loner.
Yeah, their transport, they can go down themselves,
Okay,
right?
yeah, so then we'll take ours and then the transport will go down separately.
Okay. And how are you guys sending the train? Like, are you going in together? Are you going in hot? Are you like? How do you want these ships to come in?
Captain's call, but I say we should drop the 500 down fast, let them secure, then come down behind them.
Yeah, that'd probably be best.
Send
Okay.
the red shirts first.
So you queue up the lieutenants to make speeches. They come in, shaking in their drop ship, ready to hit the ground.
Remember your training, and you will come back alive.
Ready for Starship Troopers level.
Yeah, that's what
Disembark.
it's more like. Like,
Yeah.
Somebody plays hash pipe.
All right. And how far behind do you want to be, like, with your ship? Like, are
That's
you
what-
just orbiting? You coming in right behind them?
We'll come in behind them, but we'll give them some time to secure the area, make it safe.
Okay. Got it. So 500 is coming in hot on the transport ship, ready for anything. You guys are hanging back, assessing that the area is secure before you head down in your own transport. So you're already in the transport, I guess to be clear.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So everything gets loaded up, and you're starting to make your way down. As you get closer, you can see this tower. It's called the Saints Tower, and around it, as you get closer, you can start to see statues on the ground around this massive building. Transfer you over. So, yeah. Oh, and Brad, you
Yeah.
you have healed one wound by now.
Oh, right. Right, I'm dying.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you need to remember.
you've healed one wound. You still got 6 more. You're good.
Now I have two.
I
Dang.
guess I did forget to ask about that. If you would have wanted to seek medical attention.
You know, I have Medicaid skill. Perhaps I might patch myself up a
Nice.
little bit.
Yeah, maybe when we were sleeping overnight and then got up in the morning.
All right. Yeah, the healing. Where's the game healing?
Don't judge me, I'm new.
Oh, there it is. Okay. You. Healing. All right. So you're damage per day.
So you'll know I am trained Medicaid. It's probably going to be me shoving the hot barrel of my flamer into the wound to cauterize it, but still.
Okay, yeah, let me check the Medicaid. 83. Of course, the Medicaid stuff is not in the section on healing.
Of course, why would it be? What if it is made like a condensed version of these rules that cuts out like all the fluff?
That'd be nice. Wait, what the? Okay, Medicaid. Oh, okay, so Medicaid performs first aid for the injured. Okay, give me a Medicaid test. Ooh.
I've amputated my own arm.
You didn't make it any worse, but you didn't make it any better, so. I'll let you try one more, like you could have done one last night before you went to bed and another one today.
Alright, give it a shot.
Fuck
Fuck
all I can
me.
do for you. Yeah.
Think low.
Doctor, heal thyself. Oh God, heal thyself.
You should have just stopped in and saw the medic.
I am the medic.
Doomed. We're doomed. We're doomed.
All right,
But
well-
sir, I am Pagliatti, or whatever the clown's name was.
So the shuttles take off in the ship and they start heading down. You see the landing craft making its way to the Garden of Broken Saints. It's a pretty big area, like hundreds of meters wide, with all kinds of statues in it. They seem to be, most of them are unfinished or kind of broken. And so, you know, you're hearing the comm chatters are coming in. It's like, fair, we're coming in, touching down, don't see, no enemy contacts. We're good, we're clear. Opening the doors.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Deploying first squad, second squad. Yeah, they're getting like all the different platoons out the door.
They got Tommy.
Look, no signs of people. Wait, are these statues moving? Oh God! Contact! We're being attacked.
Oh boy.
So the group of troopers, the defense forces, you sit down there, you start hearing these communications, and you're not aware that they are being attacked, seemingly by the statues in the courtyard. What do you guys want to do?
Find Doctor Who.
The
Don't
angels.
blink.
Don't blink.
Yeah.
Blink and you're dead.
Don't blink. The visor window, don't blink. Great. Do we have anything like bombs or anything destructive that we can toss down there and blow up the statues?
You didn't bring any bombs, and any of your ship armaments would probably destroy the facility as much as, and kill probably the same number of people on your side as theirs.
Okay. So
How about vinegar? Work for Hannibal.
We can always reclamate them.
Alright.
You're continuing to get chatter of fighting casualties.
Let's call a status
I
report.
would like to
from leader.
see what is happening firsthand,
Yeah,
Captain.
so we'll go down. Everyone armed, ready. We're going in hot. Yeah. Then we'll
All
just.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and set this up here. So this is a little like I didn't know what you were gonna bring or what we're gonna set up. So I'm gonna try and set this up for.
Okay.
There's two ways we can do this. We can either do mass combat with like detailed, and then I separate these out into squads that you control versus the forces that you're fighting.
Ooh. You're not
Or
going to set
we
up
can do-
700 NPCs?
What's that?
You're not going to set up 700 NPCs?
No.
Come on, Phil.
Yeah.
This,
I gotta look
this,
at the
this
map,
play right
but-
here, this is the game. It'll be the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Like real Warhammer.
It'll be the rest of the year waiting for the NPCs to render.
Possibly, yeah, just to render themselves.
What are you saying, Phil? Sorry, go ahead.
I'm trying to find the mass combat math, but it's So basically, what happens is the squads will be split up by weapons that they, like similar people together, and the number of people in a squad counts for the number of wounds that they have and gives them a bonus to damage. But otherwise, it's each squad is kind of an NPC. As players, you would get around as well, but you can't target a whole squad. You can target individuals in a squad as an individual, but also a whole squad can't target you. An individual from a squad could target you. They're not very clear on how that plays out, so that's a little squishy. We'll have to figure it out. But that's one way we can do it. And also, the other option would be, if you wanted to do the fight and stay on the ship, you can control the defense forces. Not to kind of go back on your RP, but I just didn't know if you really knew that was an option. But like, I could give you control of the NPCs, and you could fight.
Basically, don't be Picard.
What's that?
Basically, don't be Picard and stay on the damn ship.
Yes, you could. It's not. I mean, this isn't necessarily D&D, so you don't have to be there to fight it. But also, if you want to shoot your guns and fight, I'm not gonna keep you from landing either. Just giving you the option. So
Pop the door open, skim over them, and I can flamer them like a dragon. Nah.
That's cool. Well, I'm.
How much rule of cool do you want to do, though? You know what I mean? Fighting's cool, but be honest. Don't know if we'd go down there.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, Dutch might, but let him.
Yeah, Larkin would too.
No, Dutch
too.
would not let the captain go into fucking statues murdering people. Like, that's just stupid.
So's Dutch.
Hey.
As the dragon attempts to hold his flamer out, he gets kicked and falls to his death with only 2 wounds.
I think it.
I
I mean, the whole
have those
point.
big robes. I'm gonna go like a flying squirrel.
I mean, the whole point of us sending them down there was to secure the area. So before we got there, so it makes
Yeah.
sense if we play those. I guess kind of what you were talking about, and then once the area has been secured or whatever, then we can kind of go from there, because it sounds like these statues may be a bit more than just what the 4 of us and that we can handle. So
Yeah. I mean, you've got 500 people down there right now, and from what you're hearing on the radio, it sounds like a pretty even fight.
So I'm not sure what 4 of us will add to the battle, honestly.
Okay. I'll try
I
to
mean, the
set this up.
flamethrower might be of something, but he's also at 2 hit points. Like, somebody can just look in his direction, and he will go down. So,
I'm invincible.
so
You're eluding.
I don't know how much help that will be to us. Will it be more of a hindrance, or will it be more of help, like hindrance and help? So, honestly, realistically speaking, I think it'd be better for us to stay up here and then play the battle out with the 500 that's there.
Okay.
I think that would be more logical. Have us sit still.
I'm gonna pare it down a little bit to because sorry, is there a okay? Only because the way the mass combat rules work, for every 20, that's 1 unit.
Mm-hmm.
So with 500, we'd have 25 characters out here. That seems like a lot to keep track of. We can do it if you want to, but I was thinking maybe we do 50 per unit or something, so we have like 10 instead of 25.
I'm okay with that.
That works.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna try to set this up, so if you guys need water, bathroom, good time for a quick break, but I'm gonna try to
That's
put
what
this
I'll
up
do.
here.
You know what? I'll put us into I'll be right back screen, give you some time to set that up, and once you're all set up, we'll be back. We'll have our bathroom break and whatever break that we need.
Oh, now she says it.
Alright, so yeah, so what do you think about maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
Yeah, 5-10 minutes.
Okay, so yeah, let's just plan for 10 minutes there and snacks and whatever.
I didn't, because I timed that one pretty shitty.
Yeah,
Like, you know what? Sounds like we're not gonna take a break tonight. I'm gonna go get a rum and coke.
yeah. Well, alright, well, we'll see everyone back in about 10 minutes then.
Alrighty.
Oh, are we not? Okay.
Back in then if we're going to talk about how this gameplay is going to work out. So I just brought us back in.
Okay, I'll start over. Sorry.
Oh, you guys just figured, might as well make it.
Mass combat, you've got 500 of your personal defense troopers down here fighting. I stacked above each of your characters the ones that you control. You should be able to double click to open them and get to their sheet and roll just like it was your character. I'm going to go through and call off who's going and highlight the characters accordingly using the encounter tracker. Across from you guys are the statues that you're fighting. So I think I can show. There we go. Character artwork. There we go. So this is just one of the pictures from the module, but essentially the statues themselves appear to have animated and are attacking. Most of them are, incomplete. They're missing arms or a head, or, but they're still attacking, seemingly alive. So we'll get off. First up is Where do I think that is this guy right here? So, Brad, you want to roll for this guy?
Okay. All right. So,
If I can hide.
oh, it's okay. So, las gun. There we go. Click.
And remember to set your rolls to public if you haven't already.
Can't click the las gun.
Yeah.
Don't you just normally click the las gun and it pops up the thing?
Just double.
When you go in combat, does it?
Yeah,
Or you wanna-
combat. Under weapons, clicking las gun. Somebody else try it.
Abilities.
Oh, maybe I gotta give you more access here.
Yeah, I have the same thing. It doesn't pop up when I click on it.
I was going to grant this access, so they're all going to populate
All
through.
right, now.
There we go.
Oh yeah, this,
Roll
the box
public?
shows up differently too.
You said roll public, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, public. Yep.
Hey, pa-ting!
Nice.
Yeah, I got an Adobe veteran. Get it? Because he's a PDF.
Took me a second.
Wow. Phew.
All right.
Oh, a 19 is only 1 degree of success. Harsh.
We're gonna say you're shooting at these here.
Oh yeah, was I supposed to pick a target or?
It's hard to say. Just to keep track. So, like, I think initially, like, you could probably shoot. Yeah, I'll call it out better next time. So you hit one of the statues. Left leg. 4/6 damage. Okay, looks like the statue is easily able to absorb. Doesn't really seem to be effective.
Guess we shouldn't take their armor for granted.
Ah. All right. Next is
That's
going to be
very light of
Paul
you.
with this guy.
Okay.
So pick who you want to target. If you want to hit the one that we're just shooting at, or
I'll shoot at
and I can see your cursor. So
one on the end there.
All right.
Oh, it's charging me.
You have a group of
Okay.
50. You can take it.
Let's see. Trying to find. Guess they both have 0, 10. It looks like.
Now
I'll
what
use
is
the
that?
stub automatic. We'll do that. All right.
Hall of what? What is names? Is that supposed to be an N?
Any modifiers to
Yeah.
this spell?
and- No.
Wasn't that a pistol, Paul? The stutter? No. The stub automatic?
Yeah, it's a pistol.
Alright, then I'll go sword.
I don't know. It looks like it's right next to me. I don't know
Fair.
how close is it actually.
Pistol range?
what is the pistol range? It is
30 meters.
Oh, I
Yeah,
guess I
we'll
could aim. I have to aim.
let's see range. He's probably at 15 meters. So
15 meters. Okay.
yeah. So is that short range?
Here.
I think that's short range. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that's plus 10. Oh, I can just select short ranged. Neat. Okay. So are these using the kind of like the character rules where you can aim for a half action too, or no?
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right. Ooh, unless I just go full auto. Let's do that.
I forgot about full
Or
auto.
no, I can't do full auto. It's semi-auto. The
Semi-auto,
middle
yeah.
number's semi-auto, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
Is the
We'll
live
do
gonna do full
semi-auto.
auto?
Nice. Got 2 hits. 9 and 7.
Some decent damage.
This PDF guardsman thinks impact damage might do better against stone than energy.
Ah, the old skeleton method.
All right, that's his action.
Okay. I'm just thinking a second. Sorry, this is...
Oh yeah, no worries. I just didn't know if you were waiting on me.
No, I guess I'm... Just realizing... Yeah, it looks like the statue is able to soak the damage.
Hmm.
Okay, so this guy's gonna run up and attack troopers here. Okay, so this is just a punch. Oh wow. He misses. This one's gonna run up, punch your veteran group here.
Harry.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I gotta roll first, right? Though.
Yeah. But if you hit, I'm gonna parry.
Misses. Wow, these are some shitty rolls.
Never mind.
All right.
Don't worry, Phil. It's not
Yeah,
your
this
fault.
guy's
It's
up.
Asphalt. Which guy next?
This guy here.
Mhm.
Yep. You can pick a different target than the one that's ahead of you if you want, but
Did you say the veteran or the back guy?
the veteran, the top guy there.
I think I'll go with the guy right in front of me with the melee
Yeah.
shock glove.
Okay.
It's shocking. I'm not making a joke. That's a special rule on it. I don't know what shocking does. Probably not much against rock, but let's find out. Oh, I failed to use the shocker.
Ooh.
No rock shock.
Okay. Next.
I guess these guys don't conduct themselves very well.
This guy's gonna take a swing at your PDF veterans. Really good with documents. And he misses. Wow. Okay. Next up is this guy. So,
Alright.
Paul.
We'll target again. There we go. All right. He is going to. He's still about 15 meters out.
Yeah.
He's going to use his las gun. Semi-auto. Ooh. Womp womp.
Ooh. All right. Does he do anything else?
Nope. Just holding the line.
Next time, aim, Paul.
Well, you can't aim if you do semi-auto fire, I don't think. I think that's a full action. But
Wait.
it does give you a bonus. I think it gives you a plus 10 bonus, which is the same as aiming as a half action, but you get more shots.
All right, Eric, your PDF is up.
Okay, is the guy I have targeted, are they in melee range?
Yes.
Okay, so he will also use the shocker.
Yes. Why did the rock man have to pee?
Success!
Because he drank quartz.
7 damage.
Last rock one, probably, maybe.
The glove seems to just bounce right back off.
Ooh. It's not good.
Okay.
Who's this guy? Okay, so Ashley.
Okay. We're gonna attack the one in front, and I assume that's in melee distance.
Yes.
I can do pistol within melee, right?
Yes.
Let's do this one here. What is this? Melee weapon training primitive. What do we have? Let's go. What is it? Touch horn?
What?
This is this that? What is this? Looks like a sword. Energy. Okay.
He's got a knife, a last gun, automatic pistol, and a truncheon, which is like a kind of like a club.
Okay, truncheon. I guess let's do the truncheon. See what that does. I guess. How do I roll for that again? Come back. Okay. Aiming. Can I aim with this?
No, you
Okay.
can do with melee. You can do an all-out attack, which gives you plus 120 weapon skill, but you can't dodge or parry after. No, it's feint, grapple. No.
Okay, so if I do all out, I can't dodge or parry. But what's the benefit of it?
You get plus 20 to your weapon skill.
Let's give it a try.
All right.
So we're gonna roll. You kidding me?
Oh no, we suck again.
Alright. That didn't do as good as I wanted.
Oh no.
1 degree of failure.
All right. Eric, your veteran is up.
Okay. Well, did he go already?
Not your veteran.
Oh, not my veteran.
Yeah. So you have a veteran and 250.
Oh, you rolled a shock. Oh, Yeah, did you roll the shot glove last time?
Yeah, sorry. I thought the veteran was up.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh,
I
that's
picked the
all right.
wrong guy. So I'll just roll my PDF guy now this time. To
Okay.
Make it even. So I guess what's a truncheon?
That's what I.
A shillelagh.
It's like a little club, or like, I don't know, those things that like you'd see in mob movies where they hit somebody in the back of the head with it and
Okay.
knock them out.
All right. I guess I'll just use the stub pistol then. Semi-automatic, I guess. And they're short range or point blank range?
Which one are you shooting at? The one that you're targeting?
Yeah, the one I'm targeting.
He's in melee.
Oh, I can't shoot at him?
You could, but I think you get a negative for where is it? Shooting into melee is -20.
Minus 20. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, that's bad. Alright, I guess he'll use the truncheon then. Is he in melee with them?
If he wants to be in melee, he can be, and then he could use a pistol too. Then, if you wanted to,
Oh, okay. But you said if I use the pistol, it's minus 20, right?
shooting into melee from outside of melee, like if you're not in the fight, it's
Oh.
-20. But if you're gonna get into the melee, then
Yeah,
can use the pistol.
I would have him get into the melee, and we'll try the
Okay.
pistol. Semi-automatic. So would it be point blank then?
Yeah.
Semi-automatic. Alright. Here we go.
There you go.
1 degree of success.
Oh, so weak.
Nice.
Hey, Phil, the
Oh, you did
shocking
the-
didn't do anything?
Hmm?
The shocking didn't do anything extra when the other guy hit?
No, does it? Oh, does it do some kind of shock?
Well, it says it has shocking, but I don't know what the hell that means.
I don't know how well it would play against Rock anyway.
Shocking.
Yeah, it might not get well. Aren't electric Pokemon strong against rock Pokemon?
Go, wait, done. No.
Now we're using.
Well, I'm just saying, right? Like,
Are we doing this? Okay, we're gonna do this. Pikachu was ineffective against Onyx until he turned on the sprinkler system, and then he shocked him. There. Come at me, Pokemon.
There we go. Shocking.
Yes, I wasted my youth.
Target that takes at least 1 point of damage from a shocking weapon after armor and toughness bonus must make a toughness test, though he receives. Okay. Plus 10 bonus for every armor point he has on the location. He fails, he is stunned for a number of rounds. Okay. You have to do damage and then the shocking applies.
okay, so I didn't do enough damage, and then the
No.
shocking didn't apply. Okay.
No.
Okay. So I'm assuming 4 damage with the stub pistol doesn't do anything.
No.
So I'm done. These guys are gonna get murdered.
Yeah, we're not doing great.
Gonna run in and. He's gonna melee, I think, this guy here.
Maybe we should take the full 1,000.
Dang.
I mean,
Well, I
with
can't
these,
roll to hit for the life of me.
Something tells me there would have been 1,000 rock monsters.
Oops.
We need my multi-melta here.
Dang. It's crazy.
Yeah, we need to pick up the weapons off of these guys once they're dead. Because they got laser sights on their guns and shit. I don't have laser sights. They have silencers. I need a silencer.
I need a loudener.
Alright. This guy's up, Brad.
That guy? This guy?
Yep.
I have photo visors. Yeah. We
Is
gotta
he
leave
in
our
melee?
own
Is he in melee with this guy kitty corner then?
No, the guy to the left is in melee.
Left?
So he could either be
Oh.
in melee if he wants, or try to shoot into melee.
I'm gonna try to go. Let's see.
Spread this out a little bit. Cool.
You know that truncheon does 1d10. Also has the las gun. Alright. I'm gonna go full Cyril Figus suppressing fire and go full auto on the las gun into that guy. Kitty corner.
Mm.
Suppressing fire! Wait. Minus point blank range, but it's into melee, right? So it's.
minus 20.
Minus 20, yeah.
So I put minus 20 in the modifier?
Yeah.
Or 20, okay. Suppressing fire! Oh, yeah!
Nice.
Nice.
He manages to land a pretty solid shot, but it doesn't seem to get through the stone.
Rockin' stone. Can't stop the rock.
Alright. Guess we'll have this guy come in and attack.
The rock and stone!
Rockin' stone.
Rocket stone. Nope. Haven't rolled below 80 yet.
That's okay, because obviously, we're doing splendidly here.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, this
We
guy's
also
up.
have not done any damage.
Wait, the last gun with 11 damage didn't do any damage?
Correct.
Wow, alright.
There's got to be something we're missing here.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
'Cause that's almost max damage for a las gun.
Are you just not hitting the right spot? Like heads or whatever?
Alright, this guy's up, you're saying?
Yep.
Alright. He is going to use his las gun. He's going to aim. And then he's going to do a called shot to the head.
Alright.
And then he will fire at the guy at the top, not in melee with anybody.
Not a Rushmore myth.
Or is the other... Is this guy... Well, here, let me switch my targeting. Is this guy in melee with anybody?
Yes. Those two guys are in melee with...
Okay, so I guess he'll shoot at that guy then.
Okay.
So I don't get a negative for shooting into melee.
Okay.
Alright. Here we go. Come on, good roll.
Oh,
No.
it's a pretty good roll, dude.
Pretty good roll.
Not good enough.
I know, I was trying to do the called shot in the head to see if that does anything.
Wait a minute. Did you put the range in there?
so-
You didn't put the range in there.
I did not put the range in there. What would the range have been?
Short.
Does that give a bonus?
So yeah, you
man,
would have hit him.
5.
That would have hit.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, so just roll the damage, I guess, manually.
How do you roll the damage? Just
I don't know if you can roll it just... Yeah. you can-
1d10 plus 3.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do that. Is it slash roll?
Yeah.
Yep.
Base 1d10.
Yep.
8 to the head.
Yeah, so this laser shot hits the head of this statue, and nothing happens.
Oh God!
What?
Bullshit.
So, we got
Get the
last-
monster, because that is some cheese.
we got one more.
Okay. So I guess we'll target this one. Gonna assume that's mine. That's up.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And
Captain, you should order a bombing run. I don't
yeah,
like the look of what's happening down there.
Rain
Just kill
fire!
them all.
They still have troops in the field.
let's
Rain
do all out
fire!
attack again. Let's give it.
We'll turn them into reclamation murder bots.
All right. All out. Degrees of success 3. Number fits 1. Head to the angel. That's right here.
Come on, that's a really good roll.
That's pretty nice.
3 degrees of success to the head.
Brute force.
Oh, that's right. I forgot I read this in the... Oh, but you didn't roll. You rolled pretty good on your damage. So you can swap your degrees of success number out with one of your damage dice.
Say what?
So, like, if you rolled a 1 on your damage dice, you could have put 3 in there because you had 3 degrees of success.
Oh. So, yeah. Can we do that?
Well, you got a 6 on the die, so
Oh. Never mind.
We can't see the dice. So.
you click on it. It'll
Can
expand
we?
it. Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't. Oh, okay.
I don't see it.
No,
Yeah, if you
alright.
click on the word damage, it should expand out, and then where it says 1d10 plus 3 plus 0, if you click on that, it'll expand it, and you can see the die 6.
Yeah. Left click or right click?
Left click.
Yeah, nothing on left click for me.
Is it just Ashley, or?
No, I can see it, Phil.
Yeah, I can see
Okay.
that.
Okay, it's just Ashley.
Yeah, figures.
Like where, I guess, can I see your... Are you clicking where it says damage 9E?
Yep. Left click. Oh, so
Click
right
on the word damage.
Now scroll down.
Scroll down. It's all the way down.
Alright, click on it again. Damage 9E.
Yeah. Left clicking, not doing anything.
And then scroll down.
Oh, is this it? Oh, you click on it and scroll down. I see. That explains
Yeah.
it.
It's kind of neat once you use it.
I was thinking something was gonna pop up and or it'll show me. I didn't.
Well, it,
It's like
like,
scroll down.
Pops down, which confusing. Like it, yeah, it doesn't auto scroll down. Which,
Yeah, that makes
Really?
sense.
Um.
All right.
Okay. So he's done. I'm just gonna roll. A couple of these. My God, we've all. Well, the GM dice are cursed tonight, so.
So this is gonna be a draw.
Giving us a chance.
So after this first round of combat, the especially the veteran forces.
Did the blunt force do any damage?
No. So
Okay.
with their so yeah, what they're noticing is like whether it's impact, energy style, whatever. It seems like the stone is just too strong for the weapons that they're using. They're not able to penetrate through the stone.
Oh, jeez. Back to the boats.
So we gotta, I would say, retreat. If they can't penetrate,
Yeah, so they would probably radio, back. So you'd probably get a communication up in your ship of, our weapons seem to be ineffective. We can't penetrate the stone on these statues.
is there anything around that may be glowing, have any readings coming off that could possibly bring these stones to life?
Are you asking them from the ship, or I guess what are you? If the guys fighting don't see anything.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess just fall back. There's nothing.
Can we swing, do a wide pass of the field and take a look to see if we can spot anything?
Sure.
And try and find like power lifters or something too.
So you
there's
want them
any
to
of those.
retreat, and then you're going to make a pass of the field?
Yeah, I think that's the best we can
Well, I mean, we
do.
can from our shuttlecraft while they're duking it out. Yeah, order a retreat while they're falling back. Take a look.
Okay. So the statues seem to be slow in there and haven't been able to really make contact. So the retreat, they don't really suffer too many losses as they're retreating back to the ship. As you're flying over,
Need to drop Mr. 44 damage power axe down the middle of it. Superhero landing, just spin in circles.
so you're just doing a visual flyover? Is that
Yeah.
okay?
In all fairness, for next time, we probably should have done first.
Give me as you fly over, give me all of you give me a scrutiny check
Scrutiny?
with or wait, no.
Aware.
Are we rolling private or?
No, I think it is scrutiny because it's perception.
Yeah, awareness is perception. That's why I trained it.
Oh, sure. Either give me an awareness or a scrutiny test as you go over. Modifiers are plus 20.
Yay. Again, are we reading? Are you rolling public or?
Yeah, that's fine.
You said plus 20?
Yep.
Alright.
Are you guys? Somebody's rolling as PDF veterans.
Did I? I thought I clicked on my character.
Yeah,
Still
I'm on
shows
my character too.
PDF. You
Yeah.
see it though, right?
Yeah, I see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's using my stats.
Weird.
Use my
Oh,
stats.
'cause
as
you have the
well.
token selected.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, you gotta select your token. But
Oh,
I mean,
somebody-
it's rolling the right stats. That's fine.
Okay.
Well, 3 of us passed.
I guess if you know which one was yours.
Oh, shit.
Mine was the
My-
52.
Mine
the
was
52.
definitely the 77.
Mine was
Oh.
the 8.
See, I thought mine was a 77, so...
All right, so Paul and Eric.
There's two
Oh,
77s.
there's 2 77s. Twinsies.
Yeah, one person has a 37 and the other person has a
That was
42
me.
for their stat. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
what
I
was
have
it?
17 with then plus 20.
All right, so Dutch and Larkin, you don't notice any like energy or anything out of the ordinary from like a technical perspective. But what you do notice is as you're kind of flying over the field and you're watching the troops loading into the transport is almost one for one as people get into the transport, statues deactivate.
Hmm.
So that by the time there are, you unloaded 500, you still have 400 on the field. Seems like there's only 400 statues. 250 people on the field. There's only 250 statues coming after them. Like you see the statues just kind of deactivating as people get into the ship, and by the time the last person loads up into the transport, none of the statues are moving.
Huh.
Should we land the four of us? Like, very carefully? Far away?
That would compute.
Or we land on top of the tower.
I like that idea. I like Dutch's idea about landing on the tower. Is there like a way that we can go in from the top of the tower and work our way down? Can we land like that, or do we have to land and walk in through the front door?
This is a spaceship. I don't think a tower is going to hold much.
No, but you like hover it next to the tower, and we
Collapse
jump on.
like floor after floor down.
There, as you can kind of see from the picture, the right hand side, you can see like there are windows on there, and there is kind of a flat surface on the roof. You don't see any doors or like way in, you can just walk in off the roof, but there are windows on the side of the building.
So could we like a helicopter hover by the windows, like above it, right? We have ropes, then we jump out holding the ropes, and we swing on in through the window. I like
It's
it.
possible.
Spider Dutch. Spider Dutch.
We should fly around the tower to get a better look at it,
Agreed.
or scan it to understand how many floors there are, or something.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have a way to scan it like that to like get like a detailed schematic of inside of the building or anything, but it is a pretty tall
Technology
building.
in the 41st century sucks.
I
It
know.
really does.
It does.
It's kind of like basically our tech level with a couple specials. That's what it is.
Yeah.
If
And the people that
We
it
can
help-
scan buildings today, guys. That's technology.
If it can
we
help
have.
kill things, if it can help directly kill things, the Imperium has better technology than we do. Otherwise, park.
wait, do you have something that you could like scan?
No,
the
I
building?
I don't. I'm just saying, we as in a society today can, scan buildings.
Yeah, and I imagine the technology does exist, but I don't know that it would be like in a standard rogue trader ship. But
Yeah.
I mean, you can kind of judge. It's a pretty big building. That's a bit. They didn't give me the exact measurements on it, but looking at, I think each of those
3 stories
little
tall.
rows is a floor in it. Like when you look on the left side of the building there, so it's got like 40 or 50 stories. Is what I think that's how it's laid out. So those windows are pretty big. They're probably, what is that, like, yeah, they're a little confusing.
Yeah, if we think we could go through the windows, I don't know.
I'd be curious to know if the statues activate if they were in the tower or if they deactivate. What
Where's
about
Medivh?
if we basically had some people land in front of the front door? So they land and then they run in.
I'll tell you what, we are at time, so maybe we could take the next weekend. We can figure out
Works for me.
what you want to do. Kind of
Okay.
plan it out ahead of time.
yeah, but probably do some Discord chat and see what's what there.
Break
Yeah.
a window, toss in a couple hallucinogen grenades, and clean up. It's better than a
Gonna use those
flashbang.
hallucinogen grenades yet, aren't you?
What's that?
You're gonna
Oh,
use
yeah.
those grenades yet.
Well, I didn't get them for show.
So, yeah, so much to decide what to do. So, all right. So next week we're planning on playing. I assume same time, roughly 7:30. Yeah. All
All
right.
right.
So we'll head out and have a great night.